Hello everybody, today's topic will be should you play Conqueror's Blade in 2021, which means today. So the answer is yes and no. For example, what you're looking at here is the Conqueror's Blade My Games publisher version for EU and NA. As you can see, the player base went all the way down. The reason for that is because of the publisher's bad management of the game. For example, their servers are very bad. They use 20 tick rate servers, which is not suitable for this game. The troops and heroes lag even if you have good ping, which results in problems being created. There are many other reasons why this game has failed in the My Games publisher version, and to summarize it, it's because of the publisher My Games mismanaging the game. As it is often the case, they have a very bad reputation. So my answer, should you play Conqueror's Blade, if you are planning on playing on My Games version of the game, there's no point. The game is dead, as you can see, and it has no hope for the future. Which brings us to the next question. Should you play Conqueror's Blade Frontier? This is called. This is the Conqueror's Blade that is managed by the devs themselves, Booming Tech. And as you can see, it is still very much alive. It has a cross server with a NetEase version of the game, which is published in China by NetEase with the Vanguard servers. What this means is, even if the population of the developer game Conqueror's Blade Frontier drops, you'll still be able to match up with the Chinese version of the game, which has a huge population, so there is absolutely no risk of the game dying. Let's take a look at this game, Conqueror's Blade Frontier. So it has English support, Portuguese support, and Spanish support for those who live in EU, as well as many Asian languages. So now I'm going to explain you how the servers work and where you should start playing if you're a new player. So these are the different servers. You've got Asia 2, 3, 1, Middle East and South America. First you might notice that I'm playing this server despite having a high ping. Why I'm playing here is because when I use a VPN it drops back to 240 ms or something, 220. Except on bad days where it spikes, but that's because of server issues sometimes. So to explain basically the servers, this Asia 1 is the biggest server in Conqueror's Blade Frontier, and that's where you should try to end up or start in, but it's kinda difficult because it's so big and people have excellent troops, it is difficult in territory wars, etc. But this is like the hardcore server. And you got this Asia 2 server, which is like the more casual Asian server. The players aren't that good there, and you stand a chance as a casual player to compete in territory wars. Asia 3 is like the newest server, and it has the lowest population of all the Asian servers. So as a new player, if you plan on farming and want to transfer at the end of the season, because you can transfer, what you could actually do is start in South America server. Because it's a low population, you are matched against bots in siege battles, which means that your unit challenges will be easy to clear. Unit challenges are quests that you do to unlock the seasonal troops, which are the best troops in the game, depending on what you're unlocking. For example, something called Model. However, because of the low server, you can also join a house and get some easy silver and rewards from Territory Wars. Because there is not much competition, they have many thieves. However, you can also do all this by starting in Asia 1 or Asia 2. Asia 1 if you want to try hard the game because of higher skill in Territory Wars, etc. And Asia 2 if you're more like wanna chill and just have people to play with. Then you've got the Sandstorm Core server, which is also cross-servered with Asia server, so there's not much point starting there. So to recap, if you want to farm your stuff easy, kill some bots and do your unit challenges, then transfer at the end of the season, which costs $10. You could theoretically start in South America, kill some bots, and quickly get your unit challenges, because it's gonna be easier. It's even better if you have some friends to play with, because you can do the group quests like kill 240 troops together, etc. So if you like 3 or 4 players, this is probably the best option if you want to farm quickly, then transfer at the end of the season. But Asia 1 or Asia 2 should be your target server because they're the most populated ones. So Asia 1 is like hard mode, Asia 2 is more casual mode, a bit easier. So the advantage of playing here in Conqueror's Blade Frontier is first of all the developers care about their game and they do what they can to improve it. Something that my games unfortunately doesn't care about. They don't really try to do anything. One example being refusing to upgrade the servers, so bad luck for European and North American players. So first of all, if you have between 200 ms and 240 ms, you're set. They will not notice any lags. If it's higher than that, you could try to use a VPN and see if it reduces it. And even if it's laggy with a bad ping, you will not be able to beat the best players in a duel maybe, but you can still play the game because it has 64 tick rate servers. What this means is that the troops don't really lag and the game is more fluid. For some reason, this version of the game also has a higher FPS than your My Games version, probably because of the anti-cheat that My Games uses, which is scanning your PC to resell data a bit. So it's like more fluid, better servers, and the disadvantage is bad ping if you're from Europe or something. The final thing you could do is start on the Middle East server. It's very low populated, but it's still playable. It will still match your cross server with the Asia servers, but most importantly, I forgot to mention the territory war times. So Asia servers territory war times, if you're for example from France, it's at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. CET. Sandstorm Gorge is like 7 p.m. CET or 6 p.m. CET, I'm not sure, or 5 p.m. And Espada Forest is like 1 a.m. If you're from France, for example. But the South American server is actually a very good choice if you live in the US or something or have a good ping in it. For example, in my case, there's no point dealing with a low populated server when I can just play on the Asian one with a VPN. So that's it for the answer to the question, should you play Conqueror's Blade in 2021. So for the My Games version, I do not recommend it because it's dead and has no future. The only reason you could play there is if you're already like to level 2000 and just want to play Territory Wars. Like the sieges are way too laggy, it's impossible to play. But for Conqueror's Blade Frontier, the game is thriving. It is cross-matched with the Chinese version of the game, and it's pretty alive, and the quality is there. And the only downside is the high ping if you're from Europe, for example. But it's still playable. You can just play safe and do nice stuff like I'm doing. Just just kind of limited by the ping in what you can do, but it's still very much playable. So for example, this is the Asia 1 server. As you can see, there's a lot of houses and they don't own much fiefs. What this means is that the server is populated. As a rule of thumb, on high population servers, usually one house will not have more than 4 castles. So this shows that it's a server that's alive. The population is there, you can find people to play with at any time of the day. Alright then, thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments, and if you're planning to play Conqueror's Blade, remember to download the Frontier version of the game. You can find a guide how to download it. Actually, I'll just put it in the comments. You can just click there and download it. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope it answers your questions and have fun in the game if you decide to play it. Bye bye.